Sometime later, you arrive at the seat of Divine Foresight to check on Jinyuan.
The Master Diviner will be here soon. She's temporarily taken on the General's responsibilities. Before meeting you, she must make the current situation known and fortify public spirit. This is her first real test as a General. I hope she can get used to things quickly.
Let's go, Fuxuan!
I don't think I can ever get used to this.
Look at her. How can you not pull for her?
It's a pleasure to see you all here today. Collating casualties and losses. Dispatching forces to round up the remnants of the disciples. Submitting battle reports to the 6 charioteers. Now I know what Jing Yuan meant when he said, "The highest throne faces the strongest wins."
Yeesh. Share your troubles with me.
Generalship is no trifling matter. It is a duty one must bear. I think she actually really enjoys it.
Master Diviner, have you summoned us here just to sigh and complain?
Of course not.
Well,
On the contrary.
Well,
I am eager to thank you all in my official capacity as acting general of the Luofu. Now that things have drawn to a conclusion, it is time to reward you.
Ooh, all those benefits that the General promised. They're finally here! Yippee!
is he giving us tickets?
The Astral Express has
giving us
braved
tickets.
great evil for the Luofu. Your devotion is evident. After discussions with the 6 charioteers, you are henceforth sworn allies of the Luofu.
Oh, that's not bad.
Within the Luofu's jurisdiction, you are to be treated with the highest standard of diplomatic protocol.
Everybody smiles.
The Astral Express, I would like to thank you, Master Diviner.
Oh, wow. Nothing tangible. But at least
Agreed.
it sounds pretty cool.
She's like,
Now that thanks
Right.
have been expressed,
give me
I
tickets.
still have something to discuss with you.
Stellar Jades.
Please, this way.
This sweet summer child.
Seriously? Thanking us like that and then immediately sending us on another mission?
It's not a mission. The Stellaron Crisis, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus Rebellion, the Arbor's Resurrection,
The disappearance of
not
Ting
to
Yun.
mention the Antimatter Legion infiltrating the Luofu. All of these incidents need reporting at the highest level for investigation. It's just that, having been in the middle of everything, I'm struggling to keep an accurate perspective. I would appreciate if you could go through it all with me,
Well,
so that I can reacquaint myself with a finer detail. So, where should we begin?
dang. Let's discuss the Stellaron Hunters.
The Stellaron Hunters. We know just as little. But in the Matrix of Prescience, I saw a prophecy that Kafka received from Destiny's slave. Elio foresaw
The cat.
all manner of possibilities for the Luofu.
The cat.
Based on what Kafka knows, and despite everything being under the control of Elio, that prophecy is indeed the most beneficial future for the Luofu. The Stellaron Hunters walked right into our trap, and even gifted allies, in the form of yourselves, to the Xianzhou. That might sound self-interested, but I hope the feeling is mutual.
No, they
Now
do
that the
stuff
future
for a
has
reason,
come
right?
true,
They do stuff for a reason.
Xianzhou has discovered the Legion's intentions, and with everyone's help, has imposed a crushing defeat on Phantilia. When the Ambrosial Arbor was severed by the Rainbow Arbiter thousands of years ago, the abundance became a taboo. Those within the Alchemy Commission, the original masters of the so-called Way of Immortality, were ruined at a stroke. The commission became a shadow of its former self. Presumably, from that moment on, the seeds of discord for the disciples of Sanctus Medicus had already been planted. Some of them were willing to work with the enemy, acquiring a Stellaron from the Antimatter Legion to try and revive the Abundance.
Yeesh. No, not this picture.
Why would Fantilia's objective to be to realize their
Why?
wishes?
They didn't show the other picture
Those
though.
traitors gained nothing. They betrayed the Xianzhou only to become sacrificial offerings in the Lord Ravager's grand scheme.
Who said she betrayed though? Who said Ting Yun betrayed? No one said that. She's missing, and we don't know that she was ever evil. We just know she was used. Fu
It
Xuan.
appears that Fantilia was the mastermind behind it all. The Xianzhou warred with the Antimatter Legion in the past, and ever since we have kept a watchful eye on their movements. Few could have foreseen the insidious tactics employed in the execution of their assaults. The Lord Ravager slithered in unnoticed, clandestinely plotting and machinating, and
Machinating.
bestowed a Stellaron upon the disciples of Sanctus Medicus.
I don't think I've ever used that
Heinous
word
act instigated
myself.
An uprising aimed at luring the Luofu into a perilous trap of self-destruction.
Her
The
machinations.
present danger posed by the Legion clearly demands a re-evaluation. We should proceed cautiously. That we may. But as logical as things might seem, there are still many details about which we're uncertain. For example, how was the Stellaron brought onto the Xianzhou? And who sent it onto Scale Gorge Waterscape?
Clearly Kafka, right? And the others, right?
Sanctus Medicus still
Surely.
remain at large. All of this is a mystery. Thus far, we've done our best.
I feel it's a
I'm submitting
setup.
my report to the Alliance, and I've already got a plan in mind. All of you will feature in the report. But for the sake of Jingyuan, anything related to Xianzhou internal affairs will have names redacted. I hope you can forgive me.
I was about to make the same request, Master Diviner. Since the Arbor's resurrection, I'm sure the Alliance will be poring over every detail of the report. I fear that if the Astral Express gets dragged into matters, leaving will not be an easy task.
Jingyuan has committed quite a few violations this time around, and I'll have to deal with them one by one. Cloud Knight generals are all such a hassle.
Truth.
Before you leave, please make time to recuperate. If there's anywhere you'd like to visit, feel free to take a look. I must attend to some Cloud Knight matters. Farewell for now.
Man, she's too cool.
If you pass through Starskiff Haven, I have something that I hope you can give to Yukong. It was all so chaotic. When Fantilia took form, it was as if Ting Yun vanished into thin air. The Cloud Knights were only able to find her fan. She took it with her everywhere. It's currently unclear if Ting Yun was a puppet manipulated by Fantilia, or if some form of deception was used to cloud her vision. I'm already prepared for the worst. Considering how the Legion operates, I fear the fate of the Skyfaring Commission Amichacitor may be a bleak one. As for with regards to Ting Yun, I believe it's best left to her Foxian kin. I have informed the Skyfaring Commission of the events which took place, and I think it would be best if you were the one to deliver this item to Yukong.
I understand. Leave it with us.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. Now, let me take a look at my remaining duties for the day. It's quite the list. It's getting late. If you need me, I'll be in the Divination Commission Conclave Hall.
No! Don't give me that dirty old fan. She has to get ready for her banner. Isn't that the truth? They give me this nasty old fan. I'm so upset. Look at this. I'm so upset right now. Don't even talk to me.
Things have come to a close for now. It's good that you came through unscathed. The Master Diviner asked us to pass on this item of Ting Yun's. I'll go to the Palace of Astrum and meet with Yukong. If neither of you has anything urgent, it'd be best if you came too.
Oh, well, we had a lot of stumbles along the way, but we still managed to kick butt and save the Law Fu without breaking a sweat. Feels kinda surreal.
Maybe this is all fate.
You don't sound very happy.
Cause Kafka and Elio.
The Stellaron hunters are controlling everything, but we create our own future. No matter how powerful they are, they can't make a future that doesn't exist come true. Since showing up, we've saved a lot of people and averted disaster for the whole Xianzhou. Who cares whether someone or something was directing it? Be happy. Actually, I was wondering if Diviner Fu could do me a favor.
Oh.
The Matrix of Prescience has amazing powers and can iterate and reiterate Kafka's past. So it got me thinking, if I turned the Matrix on me, could it calculate my past?
Oh, pretty smart.
Yup. When you're free, let's head over to the Divination Commission together and ask them for a favor.
Is it just these two? I guess so. Oh, there he is. Daniel.
Returning to the Luofu and Scale Gorge waterscape. It's a surreal feeling. I left so determined. Who would have thought that circumstances would draw me back once more?
So, how long do you plan on staying here?
I'll be gone very soon. Jing-Yuan is still recovering, and the Cloud Knights won't protect me anymore. It remains to be seen how the 6 charioteers will react to my presence. But at least for now, I'm safe.
What gonna do next?
I want to meet the current High Elder of the Vidyadhara.
Oh.
It seems I won't be able to cast off Danfeng's negative karma. So, I'd like to learn more about his past. I want to find out what I can do to make up for his sins. If you're planning on an extended stay on the Luofu, I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. I'm sorry.
Is that everybody? I'm pretty sure that's everybody, right?
It's getting late. Where to now?
You didn't even talk to. I want to know how they're feeling. Like, this is such a big plot point for me not to ask them. Like, the fact that, like, March wants to go read about her past, you know what I mean? That's so crazy. I didn't even think that, like, I mean, obviously she could do it, but I didn't think March would want to do it. Like, how interested is March really, you know, in her past?
I see. Please extend my regards to the 10 lords.
I will. Our condolences, Hellmaster.
You have guests.
I shall take my leave.
I don't really like her. I know that sounds mean, but I don't really like her that all that
On
much.
behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, I would like to thank the crew of the Express for saving the Law Fu from the Stellaron crisis.
Madame Yukong must have heard about Miss Tingyun.
Yes, I have heard. Seeing 4 leave, yet only 3 return, was enough for me to know that Fu Xuan's report was indeed correct.
That makes me sad. It makes me sad because I liked Tingyun. I'm upset. But did we really even know her? That's the real question, right? Because we may have not even met the real one.
I still can't believe it. The whole report reads like a bad joke. Simply unimaginable. The Antimatter Legion on the Xianzhou, and Tingyun, a Lord Ravager? How could someone who spent over 30 years working alongside me at the Skyfaring Commission turn out to be nothing more than a monster in disguise? What happened to the real Tingyun?
I want to know too.
Madame Yukong.
I'm sorry. I understand. It's just hard for me to accept.
Oh, us too, believe me.
Thank you for bringing Tingyun's belongings back to the Palace of Astrum. The Stellaron crisis has cost us too many comrades. Brothers, sisters, children. I'd like to invite all of you as witnesses to this war.
She might have
The
raised her,
soul-soothing
right?
ceremony hosted by the Skyfaring Commission. Will you consider?
A soul-soothing ceremony?
To put it into short life terms, a funeral. You see, for long-life species of the Xianzhou, death has always been a distant, mystical concept. Ordinarily, the Ten Lords Commission guides people to the Hall of Karma before any symptoms of Mara are detected. There, they leave behind their lives and wait for their time to come. People are used to a short farewell as opposed to a tedious burial process. Given our limited lifespans, the only ones who place value on ceremony are us Foxians. Countless Cloud Knights lost their lives or became Mara-struck during the crisis. The Hall of Karma couldn't take them all in, and so they passed away. All of these sudden deaths and unfulfilled wishes remind us that long-life species still live out insignificant and limited lives. By combining Skyfaring Commission technology with Foxian ceremony, we honor those who have passed on. We place items of the dead onto star skiffs and send them out to sail between the stars, to shine brightly among them. It's not just to comfort the dead, those souls who can never talk with us again, but also to comfort their surviving relatives, close friends, and indeed all residents of the Xianzhou. It's also my way of saying farewell to Tingyun. I know, I'm selfish. She may not have died a Cloud Knight, but she's still one of us here at the Skyfaring Commission. A victim caught up in a wider conflict. I'd like to hold this ceremony as a way of distancing the memory of Tingyun from the Lord Ravager who tarnished her identity. I can still hardly believe it. I'll use my own methods to locate Tingyun's whereabouts, but at present, This is the least I can do for her. I'd like to ask you all to witness this event with me. I've instructed Yen Ming to sort through Tingyun's belongings. I hope you can pick some out to place around the star skiff.
Leave this to us. We'll take care of it as per your wishes, Madame Yukong.
Once again, my thanks to all of you. I've asked the judges of the Ten Lords Commission to ratify this soul-soothing ceremony, and have commissioned a special skiff at Stargazer Navalia for the ceremony.
Wow.
If you need anything, that's where I'll be.
Ugh, that's so sad.
You always did say that I like to gossip. And here I am rambling on, proving you right again. If only you were here to cut me off.
Mr. Yang Ming?
Oh. It's you.
Oh, depression. No,
Did the Helm Master send you over?
that's sad.
We're here to help sort out Miss Tingyun's things. Madame Yukong wants to use some of them for her soul-soothing ceremony.
Well, I've managed to get through pretty much everything. It's all in this box. Please, take your time.
Okay, let's see what there is. An Ami Cassiter's seal.
Right.
A small box. A knife. A bow. And something wrapped up tight. I wonder what this is.
At least with Honkai 3rd,
Some kind of antique? But
we
who
saw
would
what
want
happened.
something like this?
Oh, Ting Yun explained that one to me. It's a folk statuette from Foxian antiquity. They say it can bring wealth if placed correctly.
There's also a note in the package. This is for you, Mr. Yenming. Wishing you fortune and success in every endeavor. Yenming, it seems like this is a gift for you from Miss Tingyun.
I remember asking her for one at the time. This is unexpected. I only mentioned it in passing, but she remembered. Ting Yun and I were from different guilds. We were competitors, but also colleagues. When we used to trade in other lands, we would bring back local specialties and distribute them among friends and other guild members. It became a custom. The rivalry between us and the Whistling Flames to be the Skyfaring Commission's top guild was always fierce. We would gift each other all kinds of bizarre oddities. Candy that made your leg hair grow. A violin that could shatter glass with a piercing shriek. Oh, I was completely unprepared for this. I never thought Ting Yun would leave something behind for me that was so sincere and earnest. If I don't return a gift, I'll lose our little duel. But what could I possibly gift her back?
Huh. Besides the seal, the knife, and the bow, none of this seems like something Miss Tingyun would have kept. I thought she was more about jewelry and beauty. Could there be other things similar to what Yenming got? We should take a look.
I want to look at that box.
There's nothing else, except a handful of seeds. It looks like there's something printed on the bottom of the box. The Sleepless Earl. Let me think. Where have I seen that name before?
I can't cook to save my life, but one thing I'm sure of is that's a kitchen knife. I've never seen Miss Tingyun use anything like that to defend herself. It must be another gift that she never had time to send. There's an ad in the knife case. Spices Supreme. A room alley? Which store is that again? This bow. It's a good bow. It couldn't be meant for me, could it?
I'm sure you weren't the only archer she knew.
Alright, just kidding. Just trying to liven things up around here. Do you know where we're supposed to take these things?
Yeesh, Depressionville. Like, Honkai is like, you know, like, Himiko. That's all I'll say. Himiko.
Shin-yun, what am I going to get for you? If only you...
Man.
I've never attended a memorial.
The Sleepless Earl. Was that the name of that tea house at the port when we first got into town?
Welcome to the Sleepless Earl. I'm the owner here. The name's Ming Ming. How many of you are there? Which tea would you like today?
We're in a gift-giving errand for Miss Ting Yun.
Oh, this is the tea Miss Ting Yun promised to get for me. She really went to another world for me. She's incredible. When I took over this tea house from my parents, I thought I'd shake things up by creating a new tea product. Famous brews like Whale Tide Spring or Vegetations in the Alchemy Cauldron have been around for millennia, and imported mixed teas have also found a niche. Introducing a new product into the industry is really hard. Miss Ting Yun came to the tea house one day and heard about my troubles. She said she could find me a brand new strain during her travels. One that nobody on the Cienjo had ever tasted. I just thought she was trying to cheer me up. I never thought she'd actually do it. Where is Miss Ting Yun today?
She's had to embark on another long voyage.
Yes. Now that the crisis has been averted and the ports are resuming operations, Miss Ting Yun has been dispatched on business with the Skyfaring Commission out to other worlds.
Oh, really? Well, that's a shame. Well, hold on a sec. Based on her suggestion, I improved the Whale Tide Spring, Emerald Hills, and Dawn Dew strains to make a new variety with a sweet, long-lasting taste. I called it Ting Yun's Blend. Seeing as she can't enjoy it right now, I'll have to invite all of you to try a cup.
Oh my gosh, stop. I'm really getting upset. Oh my gosh. Please. like, I'm mad. They did this on purpose. They made us like her just to ruin it.
The Watte is famous for its mung bean soda. You've got it. Oh, how's it going? Did you take some time off? See any more of the Cienjo? Isn't that the place on Aurum Alley over in Exalting Sanctum? All the foodies go there. What about it? Planning on treating me to a feast?
Go
The main
on.
commercial street in the Exalting Sanctum. Although it's a lot quieter since the whole Stellaron crisis thing. Tourists fresh off the Starskiff always head to Starwatcher Avenue in Starskiff Haven. It's one of those bustling tourist streets. But if you want the real deal on local snacks, you've gotta get to Aurum Alley. I've marked it out for you on your map. Whenever I'm tired of Celestial Jade or slacking off, I head over for a bowl of Granny Chen's tofu. Darn it, now that you've brought it up, I suddenly don't feel like clocking in for work anymore.
I feel that. I feel that.
Watte is famous for its
QQ.
mung bean soda. You've gotta give it a try.
Oh, we can go here now. Where it used to be blocked off. Didn't it? Or am I remembering wrong? Do 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 bum bum bum.
Spice is supreme. Check out that sign. Here it is.
Honored guests, welcome to our humble eatery. What can we get for you today?
No, can we not?
Something from Miss
Yes.
For me?
It's called depression. We're giving you depression.
What a precious person she is. A sweet thing like her, gifting me a kitchen knife. When she first ate here, I told her my motto: you can't better your own food unless you taste it. Then she got me to talk about my hunting and cooking experiences out on other worlds. She was captivated. She pestered me about dish after dish. At the end, she mentioned she wanted to get me a gift. A sword for a hero and a knife for a chef. That's how she put it. She probably came across some rare mineral and forged it by hand. Look how sharp it is. I bet it cuts straight through a Thalassa titanium terrapin shell. Miss Tingyun is too kind. Who among the Aram Alley vendors hasn't been spoiled by the generosity of Whistling Flames? Her grand fare puts small merchants like us in touch with big intergalactic vendors. If we're talking gifts, it's us who should be gifting her something. Oh, I heard the trade port is open again for business. Miss Tingyun must be real busy, right?
Miss Tingyun couldn't tear herself away from work, so we've had to gift this on her behalf today.
Oh, really? Thank you so much. Why don't I give you all a demonstration and prepare a dish? My treat. I'd love to repay this kindness.
Man, I can't bring myself to tell any of them. Like, I'm a horrible person. I can't do that, though. We don't know if she's really dead. I don't want to be like...
Our restaurant. It's spicy, sumptuous, and guaranteed to get the mouth watering. Not even a girl as refined as Tingyun could resist the temptation.
About that bow, I think I know who Miss Tingyun intended to gift it to.
Of course, Yukong, duh.
Mr. Yan Ming said an ambassador will return with a gift for a trusted colleague. The person who Tingyun trusts the most is Madame Yukong, right?
Is my volume good, by the way? I mean, I imagine it is, but I'm still gonna ask. At this point, it's too late, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Okay. I'm looking for boxes right now is what I'm looking for. Like this. This isn't the time to skedaddle. Call the police. What else is there to do? My high morals praise ticket. I really like this area. It's cool. Deeding! Unfortunately, you're not March 7th, so you can't understand what it's trying to tell you. As you open it, barks again, you see a note fall. Every time Ricewell barked at me after you and I broke up, it just reminds me of how you used to yell at me as well. These memories have left me in deep pain. So I'm returning this to you, the thing that you bought on a loan to be paid over 3,000 payments. I hope you take responsibility and look at it for the rest of its life. Also, I'd like you to return all the jade abacus and clothes I bought for every anniversary and holiday over our years together. If you won't return them, pay me 30,520 straws to my bank account. There are fees for meals, rent, Starscape maintenance, and mental counseling. You're stunned to see so many figures in a single piece of paper. You've run your hand around the inside of the box to find another note. Firstly, let's get this straight. It was you who kept telling me to buy a loan to ticket rice ball. Secondly, just give it up. You think I don't know what kind of games you're playing. You want to give it to me so you remind me of you, don't you? You think my heart will skip a beat if I see this dog and come running back. You think seeing all your bills keep piling up and I racked with guilt, right? We've been fighting, arguing, and ignoring each other, reconciling just to fight over again for 10,000 days and nights now. This drama's gone on too long. I'm tired. I'm done. I've had it. Perhaps you're going to say all this is my self-indulgent imagination, but then I ask you one thing. Why do you know my current address? This is how you're trapped by a pair of lovers, paralyzed and shocked as you hear them reel off many things that they may have done and to annoy each other. You remember to the box. Unbelievable, inconceivable. There's another note that's been crumpled to a ball in the corner. Wow, you're really into that. Such petty gossip. The third note is actually not another list of heartbroken accusations. It is a deeding warranty card. Sorry, I know you're disappointed. Artistry hardware can repair deeding, but will never be able to repair a broken relationship. Either way, you spirited out the quest for a few times a moment of life and hear vivid and intimate relationships. You decide to send the little dog over to the Realm Keeper Commission, the fitting home for deeding. Bruh, deeding. They did deeding wrong. How many do you have? We have 320. Let's pour. I'm gonna pour one out for Tingyun. I'm sorry, we're pulling. This is for Tingyun. I have to. I feel bad. Okay, we're doing one. We're just doing one. We're finishing off the silver tickets. Tingyun, may you give me a 5-star, please? Preferably one of the 5 stars I don't have. Okay. Hey, Sampo! Hey, that's a good pull. Worth. Hey. Leave me with 1 stellar jade. But that makes Sampo E5. Huge money. He's almost E6. That means we almost have 3 E6s. That was worth. I don't know. I think it was worth. You guys are probably like, you shouldn't use your tickets for that. I think it was. I think it was worth it. Oh, I can buy stuff to. I can buy stuff to level my equipment. Is it the body? Yeah, it's the body piece. It's our best piece. Go! Do 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 do. Well, Tingyun, thank you for giving us a sampo. Miss you, Kong. Miss you, Kong.
What brings you here?
We're here to pass on a gift from Miss Tingyun.
This bow. Did Ting Yun pick it out for me? She understood my pain. It's a shame I can no longer do anything for her. 30 years ago, I fought in a terrible war. My comrade and I set sail together, but only I returned. The scars of that war never truly healed. Still, the Law Fu traced out its arc of recovery and continued to trade. I felt tired of voyaging, like I'd lost the courage to pull on a bowstring ever again. I hid away in the Skyfaring Commission and buried myself in work, never wanting to see the sky again. Despite rising to Helm Master, my military career hadn't prepared me for the type of meticulous planning work now confronting me. Ting Yun, on the other hand, was a born merchant, always discussing business matters with me and offering up advice, even if she was my subordinate. She never fought alongside me on the battlefield, but in her own way, she became a comrade in arms. Without the help of Ting Yun and the Guild, the Law Fu would not have been able to recover in the space of just 30 short years.
Oh, whoa, that's
I used to
fast.
think that the Xianzhou had changed with the times. Geniuses like Ting Yun were the future for the Skyfaring Commission's next generation. They would bring prosperity to the Law Fu. I was only ever suited to the flames of war.
She always thinks that's the case, and that's not the case. Like, you know, she always thinks she's...
Only when the last minions of the Antimatter Legion are wiped out will I become useless to the Xianzhou. The Xianzhou needs people like me. Those willing to cruise the sky and fight the flames. The star skiff is ready for the ceremony now. Everyone, please place your objects on the star skiff.
We don't have any objects.
Wait for me! Miss Ting Yun prepared a gift for me. As a fellow ambassador, I cannot fail to honor our custom.
Yan Ming, what is it that you've prepared?
I've brought a paper kite. I know it may seem simple compared to the precious items that Ting Yun gifted others in the past, but it has a deeper meaning. I heard that Foxians have a tradition where paper kites are used to comfort the souls of pilots who can no longer take to the skies. Ting Yun and I were never pilots in the strictest sense of the word, but we spent much of our lives out among the stars. For her to be able to take wing once again would make her very happy.
Dang! That's too much. That's too much. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my gosh.
Out of all this stuff we've got, what do you think we should place on the star skiff?
The paper kite, duh!
This time, we needn't compete. Go. Fly on to other distant worlds.
This is the tea that Meng Ming has made, especially named after you.
Thank you for everything you've done for the Skyfaring Commission and the Law Fu. This small seal is the foundation of the Xianzhou's prosperity.
This is a gift from Miss Yensui on behalf of all the restaurants on Arum Alley. You're going to love this.
The Skyfaring Commission shall never forget you, Ting Yun. I will seek out the truth. And if it is discovered that you were taken from us, I swear to avenge your unjust end. It is time for the soul-soothing ceremony. Please make your way to Earthrise Agora in Starskiff Haven.
Man. This is like this is so emotional.
It's getting late. Where to now?
General, the ceremony is finished. You should take a rest.
Not yet. I have things I wish to convey to my astral friends. My apologies I couldn't get to you any sooner. Yan Qing made sure that I was fully recuperated. Before you leave the Luofu, there are two things I wish to gift the Express.
Two gifts? Has his conscience finally gotten the better of him? Is he going to make up for all our hard work along the way?
I'd like some free real estate, please.
Let us reconvene at the seat of divine foresight.
I thought I'd take the Gold Digger March 7th path. Apparently that didn't work. Is it bad that I wanted the funeral to be more grandiose? Like, I feel like it was big, but the cutscene like sort of cut off a little. Like, it was a little short. I wanted it like super emotional and like sad. I wanted it like people sing like Ting Yun, like singing Ting Yun's name and stuff, and opera. I wanted it like overly like we've only known you for 5 seconds, but everybody else has known you forever.
Present company is gathered to reiterate the Xianzhou Luofu's esteemed gratitude for the magnanimous actions of the Nameless. I am sure Lady Fu has given voice to this already, but the Luofu is greatly indebted to you. Therefore, on behalf of the Luofu Cloud Knights, I hereby present you with a Jade Abacus, a symbol of our allied friendship.
A Jade Abacus. That's what I was saying. A Jade Abacus.
Back when the Alliance was first established, all those thousands of years ago, the Xianzhou ships swore an oath, etching the record into a Jade Abacus.
Ah, okay, I gotcha.
And the heavens may fall.
A Metal Gear.
This oath shall never be broken. The same is true of this Jade Abacus. It is a record of the Lawfu Cloud Knight's promise to the crew of the Astral Express. It is also a beacon. Grip it tightly, and it will send a message to the Jade Abacus here, in my hand.
Ooh,
No matter
fancy.
how astronomically distant you are, the Lawfu
Are you
Cloud
sure about
Knights
that?
will always come to the aid of the crew.
What if we're like
Whatever your need may be.
galaxies away?
Wow, now that's what I call a payoff.
Of course, I trust that such an important article will not be used for trivial or inappropriate circumstances. I hope you can understand.
Yup, got it. Say no more. Sure thing.
Thank you for your generosity, General.
Dan Heng.
Oh boy, leave him alone. He didn't do
In
anything.
accordance with the Edict of the Ten Lords Commission, I am hereby authorized to relieve your banishment decree. From this day
Ooh.
henceforth, you may come and go freely on the Lawfu.
Hello. Wow. I'll mimic March.
But I must remind you that the crimes of Don Feng have had far-reaching implications. And some people, such as those in Scale Gorge Waterscape, will not be much moved by the issuance of a paper edict. While I can guarantee your freedom to come and go as you please, I cannot guarantee your safety. Again, I hope you can understand.
Whatever, not his
I
fault.
understand.
It's
This
BS.
issuing of gifts brings with it a sense of relief. Even my wound is feeling much improved. The occasion calls for a line or two of poetry. Though I feel my efforts would be overshadowed by the erudition of Lady Fu. Another time, perhaps. The Express and its passengers have a long voyage ahead of them. May that voyage be smooth and untrammeled. I bid you farewell.
It's not his fault.
Oh, hi. I know we haven't got the chance to get acquainted, but I've heard a lot of good things about the crew from the General. I have to say, I'm very impressed. So soon? I wanted to help the General, but things didn't turn out how I wanted them to be. I've learned my lesson. Also, I have a rather abrupt request. After fighting Dan Heng, I feel like my skills are lacking somewhere. If you have any time to coach me... Deal. Safe travels.
Where is Jing Yuan? Is he not here? I guess not. I guess he left. I guess he's like, I'm out.
Himiko messaged me. The Express detected the Jade Gate's reopening. She asked whether we'd be heading back anytime soon. She was also asking after you, Dan Heng. I think it'd be best if you update her in person, don't you think?
She must have been worried. I'll return to the train and put her mind at rest.
Himiko must be eager to hear about what we've been up to on this mission too, right? Hang on. Oh, how could I forget? We should bring something back for the conductor. Have you got any unfinished business on the Xianzhou?
Yes, plenty.
Oh yeah, there are some people we haven't said goodbye to yet.
Fine, fine. Dan Heng and I will go back to the Express. The two of you come back soon, okay?
Don't worry, Mr. Yang.
No worry, Mr. Yang. Please, please worry, and don't leave me with March, here. Right? Don't leave me with March. I guess we can go. The Exalting Sanctum. Where is everybody though? You know what I mean? Like, I guess I could go to the Alchemy Commission. Are there actually people that I can talk to, or like no, they're just saying that? Oh, you can. Where do we go? Also, there's a shop here.
You say you're a realm-keeping commission officer?
What? Now I have to figure it out. One HP. Heck yeah, 1 HP for the win. Do you get anything for talking to all of them? Probably really not, right? I just want to find Fushuan and then we'll go. The Matrix of Prescience. What? Deeding? Where's Deeding? Now we're never gonna leave. Thanks a lot. We're stuck here forever. Congratulations. Leave the Shinjo, please. Who's leaving the Shinjo? Who said that? No one's leaving. Now I've gotta find Deeding. Where is everybody? Is this open? No, right? This isn't open. What? No, there's a somewhere around here. There's somewhere here, I think. Is there not? I could have sworn. Excuse me, good sirs. Is it really? Why did I feel like there's like somebody here when we went here and we talked to that little girl about the puzzles? There's a whole bunch of puzzles here. Guess I remembered wrong. Yeah, I guess I didn't remember right. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, cool. This is what I was looking for. Yes, Fushuan!
Are you here to say goodbye?
Yes.
There's no need to be so anxious. I predict that you will return to the Xianzhou often. And you will definitely continue to trouble us when you do. Therefore, forget about any farewells.
Oh, well, she said it. Is that really everything you want to say?
Alright, okay, I understand. I wish your travels be fleeting of foot, and may your crises be effortlessly resolved.
Aww. That being said, let's go. I just Star Skiff. Where do we go? This is Orm Valley Night Market. Do 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 do. Shouldn't. Oh yeah, there's Bailu. I knew she'd be here. This is where we first met her.
Hello! To start your next journey. That's great! I can't wait to escape the commission again.
True that, Bailu.
Oh, make sure you come visit. Next time you're here, we'll put my plan into action. I've got it all figured out. Out, head over to Arm Alley, and pick out on the snacks there.
Prime option.
It's a deal. And don't forget to come see me if you get any headaches, fever, tendon pain, joint pain, anything. My treatment is on the house.
Aw, good bean. Now let's see, where would Luocha be? The mushroom! I know you didn't talk to me very much, but it's the mushroom. Where's Luocha though? No one in here. So where's the Starskiff Jetty? Where's that? Is that where Deeding is at? That's Orm Alley.
Cultured people love visiting.
You'd be a tool to miss a
I
tile
don't believe in
pool.
ghosts.
I'm guessing seeing you here probably means that your affairs on the Xianzhou are mostly complete. Is that it? I thought you were gonna stay for at least a little longer. Did Welt learn how to play Celestial Jade in the end?
Ah.
If he hasn't got the hang of it yet, tell him to come see me, and I'll show him the ropes. Oh, I haven't asked you yet. Are you interested in learning yourself?
Sure, if it's easy to learn.
Aha! I thought so. Come back when you have time. I'll teach you. We're in agreement then. You can come back anytime and I'll teach you how to play.
So that guy who walked through me, does that mean he's like,
We're in agreement then. You can come...
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look no further.
oh, where's Luocha?
It's a good thing you met me now.
I don't remember what to do. There's a twin. Let's see. Where else do we go? I gotta find Deeding, right? Stargazer, Navalia, Cloudford. Central Skiff? I'm still gonna go around and buy stuff really quick because I might.
It's getting late. Where to now?
I might need to buy stuff. Oh, I have 90. Heck yeah, free money. Free credits. Let's see. Shang.
Hi. Sure am. Things have been in constant turmoil since I transferred to the Law Fu. Now that I've got a little free time, I'm here to listen to some storytelling. Are you... Sorry, I've met so many people recently. You seem unfamiliar. Judging by your clothes, you must be an Outworlder.
Hung told me all about.
That's so... Well, before you leave, I recommend listening to Mr. Xian's Legend of the High Cloud Quintet. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to be an epic hero. I never get tired of hearing about the quintet. I'm sure you'll love it. You should bring Don Hung along next time. We can chat over some tea. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I won't take any more of your time. Good luck.
Farewell, stranger. I don't know who you were, but you were here and you knew me. Fare thee well. I wonder. I'm not talking to that old guy again. I wonder where Luocha is. Yukong!
Are you off then? The Xianzhou Law Fu is all the richer for your brief time with us. I offer blessings on behalf of the Skyfaring Commission on the eve of your departure. If you require resupplying during your journey, you can always count on us.
I want to find Deeding, so I don't want to give up just yet. I know you get it either way, but I really want to see what Deeding says. Probably nothing, probably Wolf. But like, I want to know what March translates that to. Oh, I'm afraid advisory letter. You probably written to my grandfather back then. He was in deep trouble and patient, seeking advice from your way out, but he never got a reply. However, it's very gratifying that my grandfather went to his letter of choice, familial payback plan, to forge a way together. Time flies, and nearly 3 millennia have passed since then. Even though Grandpa has still since fallen from being struck with Mara, he passed on the next life of the Hall of Karma. We follow his teachings, and we finally repaid the debt in full. We have finally lived up to our family name. Grandpa used to always say money has a price, but sincerity is priceless. People have their limits, but trust is limitless. Despite Grandpa failing to receive your advice, if spirits do exist, they must be pleased at its punch that you know that you're in agreement with him. That's too much for a hasty reply. Thank you. Take good care of yourself. Aww.
Will of preservation.
I wonder where Deeding is.
Abacuses.
Okay, I guess we go one last place to find Deeding and then we're out. There's no star skiff. Oh, the water gorge. There's nothing at the water gorge. Alchemy commission. Where would Deeding be? Who else is from here? Luocha, right? And the Deeding. I guess I can Google where Deeding is, right? Let me look up where Deeding is. All right. No, actually, there's a couple more places I can go, actually. So, there's actually a few more places I can go.
Was that the wind?
Okay, that's where Dan Hung's thing is. Where is he? That's interesting. I thought he would be here. Oh, there he is.
The Artisanship Commission has come through hell and high water since the incident. Rebuilding what we lost will drain the years. Our labor filled with blood and sweat and tears. For a youngster to deliver a farewell to an old man like me is a rare occurrence in this day and age. I've taken on many a short-life apprentice. After leaving the Lawfu, they never return. Time, not distance, is the true separator of souls. The lingering sound of bygone music plays, though groweth fainter with the parting ways. Life is full of farewells, and I've seen more than most. But farewell it is. I shall not sing for you on your way out. I fear the sound would break my heartstrings.
I see. Only... only...
It's getting late. Where to now?
Is that you, Big Brother? I knew it was you by the sound of your footsteps. You're leaving? Thank you for helping me. And thanks to Don Shu, too. I should be taller the next time you're back. So I won't be such a burden on everyone. By the way, is Don Shu okay? Me and my friends are worried about her. We haven't heard from her since the last time she delivered the medicine. Oh, I understand. Making pellets must be very hard work. We shouldn't bug her. When I grow up, I want to be a great alchemist like Danshu.
Bro, no.
Making medicine and helping the incomplete ones. Well, bye-bye, Big Brother. Have a safe journey.
Yeah, you're right. That's so funny. We ended up going everywhere else but finding Deeding. Like, literally everywhere else but wherever Deeding is. Deeding! Deeding, where are you, bro? Ah, Deeding, there you are! Yes, profound words. I am leaving the Lofu, Deeding. Aww. I see, I see. You're gonna miss me? Deeding lifts his front paws, arch in the air, with his head round, turns around and runs off into the distance. Looks as if he has something to show you. Deeding! Ah! The chase continues. Deeding! Whee! Deeding, let's go. Dog, cat, creature. Oh, there's something here. Jeez. Okay, well, I'm not really worried about that. Deeding, hold on. Deeding, we gotta take care of this. Okay, guess not. Oh! Is this a gift for me? Deeding circles around it and sits down, expectantly waiting you to open the chest and find something nice. I guess a dog really is man's best friend after all. I'm just gonna say thank you. Yeah! Deeding profile. That's immediately going on my profile. No hesitation. Deeding, let's go. Deeding profile.
There's a dreamlike quality to watching these star skiffs depart through the Jade Gate. How long will these ships sail? And which stars are they traveling to?
From a universal perspective, there is little difference between the lives of long and short-lived species. The transcendence that the Xianzhou pursues is nothing compared to the enduring majesty of the stars. And the grief felt here is no different from our own.
Sorry to interrupt the poetry.
You're back. Welt was telling me about your experiences. I'm more than a little envious. The Ambrosial Arbor, the Ebon Deer, the Divination Commission Matrix, Scale Gorge Waterscape. I pestered Don Hung to tell me about his experiences, but alas, what could have been a magnificent saga was reduced to a few words and a grunt. Next time, I think I should be the one trailblazing with you guys. Welt can stay on the Express.
Since when did the work roster just change like that?
What's our next stop?
Penacony. Do you remember? Before Kafka's proposal, that was our original destination.
I think I need a reminder.
The Express's records show that Penacony was a prison planet used by the IPC to exile criminals. At least, it was at the time of recording. However, following a Stellaron burst, the planet fell into the arms of Shipe. They say it's been transformed into a prosperous and ethereal realm.
Himiko, I think you need to stay away from a prison world.
Banquet there, and they sent invitations out to the Express. I was curious about the state of the planet, so I accepted.
Himiko,
when
please.
The conductor is ready, we can set off for the next stop.
Himiko.
All who enter here are either jailers or prisoners. Which are you?
Neither. I'm merely a lost traveler.
What a spectacle. The Stellaron, the Ambrosial Arbor, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, the Lord Ravager. A series of threats that almost succeeded in diverting attention away from the crucial question. They who brought the Stellaron onto the Xianzhou, what was their motive? Will you surrender, or do you require encouragement? Abomination of Yaoshi.
General, my power does indeed stem from the abundance. But I'm the same as you. We are both enemies of Yaoshi.
That's right, Jingyuan. Stay out of our way. The revival of the Arbor is an omen. It's time for the Xianzhou to choose its next path.
Oh boy.
The Plague's author, the Ruin author. This is a chess game between eons. If you don't stand with the winners, you stand to lose. And this time, we will put the abundance in their grave.
Oh no! Why? Luocha, we knew he's not the Void Archives, but is he still evil? And I was looking for the abundance, and then Jing Liu just came in at the end and was like, "Hi, I was dead because you apparently killed me, but apparently I'm still alive." Oh my gosh.